Well. Look who is back again, bigger, better, and badder than ever. Biased with a little bit of truth. I'm your boy D Cott, hosting the show tonight with his boy Reggie, king of the trolls, Sykes. What's going on, brother?
Man, trying to make it happen, man. Just back from vacation, shot a little golf, saw some wild animals, saw you out there, a snake and everything. So it was great, man. In Arizona, just hot as heck.
Man, let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something. When you posted that picture of that wild hog, I was like, man, ain't no way in the world. You can keep that all day long. I'm good. No thanks. Things aggressive. Hey, but you know what? Before we get started talking about obviously the Sweet 16 and the Final Four, man, this is my birthday today, man. 1 year anniversary.
Man, congrats.
1 year anniversary for the show. The Game Time Network, man. So it's been a year already. And it's funny because we had our year and we started out on Zoom at a 40-minute window. I love my tablet, my earbuds with the cheap ones. The videos were terrible. The audio was worse. So we're coming along pretty good, man. We're coming along pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. Got a little money coming in. Got some sponsors. Taking care of the sponsors. Got an anniversary show coming up that I will be at. You know,
I'm glad you mentioned that. We will definitely be at Big Z Sports Grill Saturday, April 4th, 7 p.m. to 8. It's only a 1 hour show. Yes, it's during the game. The first game is UConn and Illinois. We will be in between commercial breaks, and I think there's a long halftime, and I think there's a musical guest. So we'll probably get most of our trivia out and everything like that. Lots of good things there, and I'll talk about that at the end of the show. But before, without further ado, Sweet 16, the great weekend it was last weekend. Where do you want to start, man? You tell me, and we'll drive from there.
Hey, man. I got to start with Purdue, man, because I'm a little up. I'm happy, but I'm a little upset. So, yeah, man, let's go ahead and start with Purdue. Let me get you out the way so you won't talk no trash and everything.
Listen, man, I'm an unbiased assessor.
You're very biased. You're very biased. Everybody knows you're biased.
I know this is your show. But I'm not. It's hard for me to be biased, so I'm gonna try to be biased because this is your show, and I'm just trying to fit in.
You are always biased.
I'm just trying to fit in.
And then you try to come off like you're innocent, but you have Hurl and you have Darren and you have other haters who troll for you. I'm sure you're in their inbox. Hey, say this, say that. Let's piss Reggie off. So I'm sure that's what happens a lot because they swing a lot from you. So yeah, your fan club, your fake vegan fan club, always backs you up.
I'm not a vegan; it's a pescatarian. There's a difference.
You ain't a pescatarian either. So yeah, so it really don't matter. You're not.
That's your bias coming through. You mad because I'm committed and I got people to back me up. Now you going at me for this for no reason.
No, that's my truth.
Isaiah, watch your mouth. Daryl Baylor's nothing. I'm telling the truth. I eat Impossible burgers and cauliflower bites. But back to Purdue, don't try to distract me. Don't try to distract me.
You don't even know what an Impossible burger tastes like or smell like. So yeah.
So let's get this out of the way. We talk about your boys, Purdue against Arizona. Here's my assessment. You want me to give me my assessment?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me your assessment and let me see what you got slick to say.
Purdue landed exactly where I thought they would land. I said they'll get past the Sweet 16. My bracket was a little bit off because I said them and Arizona. And if I would have been looking at my bracket, I would have known there's no way they could beat Arizona because the talent disparity. They've had a good showing in the first half. But Arizona made the adjustments, what teams do. They came out and got aggressive. And the big thing what they did to Purdue, you can be mad about it. They shot 1 for 8 from 3 in the second half. Mm-hmm. That's what locked them down right there. And the best player on the court was Koa Pete. Did his thing.
Okay. I thought you were going to go in. I thought you just. I know it's coming, but Purdue had a great tournament. I mean, they stepped up to the plate off all those losses, and they really showed out in the tournament. They don't have any reason to hang their heads low, even though we're not happy here in Indiana that they didn't make it.
Well,
besides you,
Purdue,
see, here you go.
Here
you go your bias. Here go your bias. See what I mean? See what I mean? That's why the Yankees lost the other day, but that's another subject. But
I'm not letting you get off track today. You go get back on the track today.
But Braden Smith, Cuff. I think the power forward getting in foul trouble really affected the game plan because they were very, very effective in the first half. And Braden came out and he really played his butt off. So I was proud of him. But that second half, you're right. Pete was the tell of the tape. He was a man among boys, and he really stood out and played. I really think if Purdue could have kept up the intensity like they had in the first half, they would have won. I mean, if you look at Arizona,
but I follow you.
Well, look at the last few years when Arizona's been the number one pick, and look how far back they
talking about the last few years.
The last 4 or 5 years. I'm just saying. They've been number one and they've looked great and they've impressed and everything, but they did not win it all. Just like the Detroit Lions didn't win it all. They impressed, and you were on their bandwagon. But that's another story. Also,
stay Final Four, Sweet 16. Back on the tracks again. Arizona was a better team than Purdue. I want to hear you say it. Say it for the crowd. Arizona was better than Purdue.
Arizona had a better second half than Purdue, and that allowed them to win the game.
Really? That's the best you can do? As complimentary as I've been about Purdue. Now, remember, our own sponsor is a Purdue alum. My good friend, not decent friend, good friend, Matt Gaddis, Pike High School legend, Purdue legend, played for Coach Gene Cady. My good friend, almost 30 years. And you're going to try to tell me that's the best you can do and giving Arizona credit?
That is the best that I can do. Yes, that is the best that I can do. That's the best I can do.
This show is biased with a little truth for a reason.
No, I gave a lot of truth. I gave a lot of truth.
No, you weren't. They dominated Purdue in the second half, and it wasn't close.
I said
2 free throws in the whole game.
I said they had a great game. I said they had a great second half.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Pete, what's the difference in that? And they played great. They couldn't miss. Pete, second jump. I don't remember which announcer said it, but he gets off his feet very fast. And I didn't realize he was a freshman. And he balled out, man. He's a man among boys, and I just gotta give him credit. It is what it is.
You know what he did? Remember, he got his shot blocked by the big man for Purdue. He smothered it.
He got back up.
He said, "You know what? This ain't happening again." Mm-hmm. And he made the decision. I think he hit 8 straight points. Got to the line. He's the only guy to miss free throws for him, by the way. That 2 shot. So all I'm saying is the talent was there. Purdue had a great season, not a good season, a great season. But we got to call it like it is. And the question is, can Purdue ever win the big one?
Well, there's a lot of teams that have never won the big one. There's a lot of teams that have never won the big one. There's a lot of teams. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see what kind of recruitment.
That's the pivot. That's the pivot you're doing, right? You sound like my other co-host, Ramon. There's a lot of teams. I ain't talking about a lot of damn teams. I'm talking about Purdue Boilermakers. Can they win it?
Look, this day and age, things can change at the drop of a hat. Look at IU football. We never thought we'll see IU football win a national championship.
Can we stick to basketball for a minute? I'm letting you off the track.
I'm just giving you an example. I'm giving you an example.
Answer the question, General.
Purdue will win the national championship. They will win one soon. They will win one soon. Okay.
And I'm going to be fair. Since we're on Purdue, I know you're about Indiana. Indiana's no better. They're long. I wouldn't say nothing about Indiana. They're a long way away.
Do you see the name up under Reggie, King of Trolls? It's Homer Reggie. So that means I like IU also.
You know what? It's okay to tell the truth about IU too. They're a dumpster fire right now.
Yeah, and all the players are gone. They went with a whole bunch of Division II players, so he's got to get his recruitment game up, and I think it's going along pretty good. So I saw Isaiah Hayton.
It's a great point, though. Hey, they played great. Nothing wrong with being a second-round pick.
But I noticed on y'all show, and I should have got in. I was a little busy and chimed in.
We ain't allowed on our show because we don't allow bias on that show.
When you and Isaiah were hating, I'm not biased. My bias is always truthful. My bias is always truthful. And the truth is, we discussed, me and you talked about this earlier. The Indianas, the Purdue's, Ronald Nord, and Butler, we have got to keep the Indiana talent pool within Indiana. There's too many great players escaping Indiana. It needs to go back to the days when the general, Bob Knight, who he's a good coach, but I didn't like the theory actors, the dumb stuff that he did. And I would probably have a hard time letting him coach my kid. But him and Gene Cady, they ruled the Big Ten at one time. You know? I mean, that was prime time games to see Purdue playing IU. And the players in the state stayed within the state. You know, Kentucky does a pretty good job of keeping their Mr. Basketball in state. Other states do a good job of that. So the state of Indiana, the big schools, the basketball schools are so-called basketball schools, but the Butlers, the Purdue's, the IU's, they have got to do a better job of recruiting Indiana. And I don't know what it's going to take to change it. I don't know what it is.
But listen, it won't go back to what it was having a starting five all from the state of Indiana. But what I'm looking at, the two top players of the last 2 seasons, one of them's at Kansas and one of them just hit the big shot against Duke. Now, the kid from Greenfield, hell, that's just 15 minutes for me.
Right.
You know, so that's tough. So I'm not saying every Indiana kid is going to be able to play in the end. That's ridiculous. But your top 1%ers, whatever it takes, they need to stay home.
They need to stay home. They need to stay home. Period.
No, I'm with you there. See? Wow.
Let's make Indiana great again.
You know what we just did?
Look, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something you don't like. Let's make Indiana great. Let's get the governor of Indiana out, and let's keep the homegrown basketball talent in state.
And that is your political talk for today. So as we move forward, right? So the other game that we talked about last weekend.
No, the Illinois-Iowa game. See, I love how the Big Ten is ruling basketball and football. I love seeing the SEC people cry. I love seeing the SEC people cry. Clip that. The Big Ten is greater than the SEC in football and basketball. You heard it here. You heard it here. You heard it here.
So getting back to Illinois and Iowa last weekend. Give me your take on Illinois, Iowa.
Man, that was a great game, man. I really thought Iowa was going to beat Illinois at first because they came out kind of hot, man. I was like, golly. Now I'm sitting at there's a restaurant in Arizona called
don't say the name. Hey, they got to pay us to say the names on it. We ain't giving no free plug.
Well, I was at this sports bar, and there were a lot of Iowa fans in there. And we come in, they're like, you got to cheer for Iowa. I said, no. I only cheer for teams from Indiana and Southern University. Those are the only teams I cheer for, you know. So they were a little disappointed, but I really thought Iowa was going to beat them. And then Illinois, the freshman from Illinois, Walden, what's his name?
Yeah. Man, you're talking about Keaton Wagler. You're talking about Wagler.
Yes.
Kid, yeah.
Yes. And then, there's a little homegrown talent that got out of Indiana, a Cathedral player that plays for Illinois, So we're seeing a lot of Indiana players make it to the Final Four, which is great for the South Indiana, but they need to do it for IU, Purdue, or Butler.
There you go. I agree with you. The way Iowa came out in that game, I think they were up 12 or 14 points. It looked to me like Illinois was just a little nervous. They had to get the jitters out. They closed the gap in the second part of the first half, and then they just hit the gas in the second half, man. And just because Iowa, their main player, the kid, the 6'6" kid, he's a sniper. They were running it off screens. It almost looked like Indiana in 1987 against Syracuse, right? Steve off, running off picks. Yes, but it just goes to show you need a little bit more than that today.
Yes,
to make things happen. But no, Iowa had a good run. I'm gonna tell you this: this was the first season for their coach. Don't look for him to be in Iowa long. That dude, really? He's got a great pedigree. He's got a great dynamic about coaching and players. I saw an ESPN interview with him. They did the ESPN interview before the game. Fell in love with the guy, man. Fell in love with him. I mean, talking about a coach's coach, player's coach. He talks about developing them as young men. All coaches say that. But as he talked about it, you could see like that little gleam in his eye. Like Schottenheimer said, I can see the gleam, man. I can see the gleam. So I wouldn't be surprised if the code for Iowa is not long for Iowa for sure. It would not surprise me.
What he's going to North Carolina to try to help the ACC out?
Maybe not this. Well, it'd be the ACC, but I don't think this soon. But I'm just going to keep. He's a guy to keep him. Dusty May are two of the upcoming coaches in the Big Ten, right? Those are two strong coaches, younger guys, right? But I just don't think that guy's going to be the.
I wish IU could have. He's not going nowhere. Michigan going.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was just saying.
I wish IU could have got him, but he ain't leaving Michigan. He's in a good spot. Great players, great recruitment.
Midwest, not far from home. He's good.
And he's proved everywhere he's went that he's a winner.
Yeah.
You know, he started at the bottom and he worked his way to the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
But yeah, that was a good game, man. Yes, Illinois pulled away because, again, as I said on our show, they're the biggest team left. And when I say big, I'm talking about 7'1", 7'2", 6'10", 6'9", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". Huge, man. They're huge.
Your other team that you thought was going to go far that were pretty big, they let you down.
Who
Florida.
that?
You were all on Florida's bandwagon.
I was on Florida. I was on Arizona. I was on Arkansas. I was on a lot of teams because I'm being neutral about what the teams are doing.
You are never neutral.
I'm just telling you right now, neutral. But listen, what I'm saying, Illinois, their size is what it was helped make that difference against Iowa. They played physical and they had the length. Mm-hmm. Now it would have been a good matchup to interesting to see them against Arizona because Arizona's the second tallest team that's left. So that'd be interesting, but we'll talk about the Final Four in a second because I know there was another game you wanted to go over this past weekend.
Michigan and Tennessee. You know, I'm so happy to see the Big Ten doing great against SEC. I mean, this was a blowout. I think in the first 5 minutes, the game was over with. You know, it's Tennessee, my mother's home state. I felt bad talking about them, but I know this is Tennessee. They let you down in football, and they're going to let you down in basketball. They're going to get so far, and then it's going to be over with. Michigan ran over them like the road runner running over the coyote. I mean, it was terrible. Michigan just couldn't miss. They dominate. The first half, it was 48-26.
You know what it reminded me of? The first half reminded me of the second half for Purdue and Arizona. Didn't it seem that way? Exactly. I agree with you. See, we're agreeing on something. Look at that.
I'm not agreeing with that, man.
You're not agreeing on that?
Nah, man. Nah. I don't have no
we're just talking sports. No one's here but just me and you.
Yeah, but you got jokes, man. But yeah, that's okay.
Okay. I'm just saying, it just seemed that way, which is pretty doggone awesome, man. I'm just saying, you know.
And Michigan, Tennessee, second half. Notice how I moved on. Michigan scored 48 points in the first half. They scored 47 points in the second half, 47-36. Now, I know a couple of Michigan fans. There's a guy that we call White Mike, and his name is Mike, and he's a white guy, but that's what he goes by. There's no racial discrimination going on. I just don't know his real name.
We love Mike. We love Mike.
We love White Mike. I just don't know his real name. I don't think
Mike is good enough.
Hey, man, everybody calls him White Mike because that's our guy. That's our buddy. He's a volleyball coach. He does a lot, I think, for Brownsburg High School or AAA. He does a lot of coaching.
He does a lot of good stuff. Solid dude, really solid dude. You're right.
Solid
Mike is a solid dude.
And then we have Joseph Pollard. Now, I'm really trying to, I really don't like anything about the state of Michigan except my family members, okay? I don't like anything about Michigan but my family members. And I'm trying to cheer for Michigan because they're a Big Ten school. I'm trying to cheer for the Big Ten schools. But Joseph Pollard will not allow me to cheer for Michigan because he likes to rub stuff in. He started talking about the Purdue loss. And him and the other State Farm guy, Scott Nichols, who cheers for Michigan, I really want Michigan to lose, but since they're in the Big Ten, I will take Michigan or Illinois to win it all and be perfectly happy. But I'm going to just leave it like that. Joseph Pollard and Scott Nichols, clip this. If y'all don't get off trolling me, I'm going to let Daryl Cox jinx your team. That's what I'm going to do.
Listen, this ain't about a jinx. I acknowledge talent. It's just that simple.
But every time you get on the bandwagon, you jinx that team and that team loses. I'm just saying. You're not a winner.
Speaking of talent, Michigan. You talked about Michigan. You're our guy. Lundenberg, the 6'9" senior. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to break this down. So
he's a bad boy.
Here's where I knocked people when they talked about the Hoosiers in football and being older. I don't care if Lundenberg is 28. You still got to be able to play. If you can't play, it does. I know a lot of 28-year-olds that can't hoop. I know a lot of 23-year-olds that can't hoop. So you still got to be able to play. And I'm telling you, that dude, after that Purdue debacle in the Big Ten championship game, it wasn't the championship game. It was the Big Ten.
It was a championship game.
They took everything away in every dynamic that Michigan wanted to do. And all that dude is number 23 come back and showed every game in, game out, especially in that Tennessee game. He was more physical than Tennessee, and Tennessee's got a couple of guys that like to fight. And you saw it in the second half, he wanted to fight and talk crazy, right? He stood tall, and all he did was play. It wasn't no mess, and I like him. I like him a lot. And people say, well, he's old, so you still got to be able to play. I don't care how old he is. So understand this. In college sports right now, if it's football, basketball, or whatever, I don't care their age. Can they play? So every guy you tell me he's 24, 25, I can give you a 24, 25-year-old guy who can't play.
I agree. And then, freshman league. But these guys come in and they're great basketball players. They can come in the NBA ready to play because they did their 4 years and they have a little bit more experience. So I don't want to hear anything about older players. Well, if the younger players stay, they could get a little bit more experience. That's the same thing that hit Richardson. If Richardson had stayed in college, and I like Richardson, I'm still a Richardson fan, he could have got more experience. There's no way you can play the hardest. Are we talking about the coach? No, we're not. We're just talking about Richardson. We're talking about Richardson. If he had stayed in college, he could have got more experience. There's no substitute for experience unless you're a generational talent, unless you're a James.
No, you make a good point. You make a good point. And the thing is, we saw a lot of upheaval during that national title run. I saw a little bit here and there, but nothing nearly as what we saw in the football realm, right? But let's just even out because it's going to be this way. There are going to be guys these guys used to sue to try to get to the pros. Now they're suing to stay in college. I mean, the kid, the quarterback from Ole Miss. He sued to stay in school for his 6th year.
Yes.
So they're suing to stay. You know what? And if he wins it, I think he did win it. Oh no, I think he didn't. But if you win it, have at it. Good for you.
Right.
Long as you can play and make some money to take care of your family or whatever. I'm not. Who am I to judge you?
I mean, that's what the girls have been doing for a long time. They've been staying to make that money because they were making more money in college ball than they would in the pro balls. So that was a very good point that you just brought up.
What man, that's today. We can't go over 3 the show's gonna be scrapped.
Really, I don't agree with you anyway, because we know you will.
Fair enough. Now we talk about Michigan debacling in my Emmitt Smith voice. Remember, he said debacle.
Debacle, yeah. Man,
so
whatever.
What they did to Tennessee. Next up, who's the next game that you want to talk about?
UConn and Duke. UConn and Duke. Now, my oldest child, Chris Sykes, who is 33, seems to cheer for teams that I dislike. He likes LSU. He likes Duke. He used to like Florida when they had Tim Tebow. I didn't raise him to like those teams. And all through the tournament, he's teasing my mother because my mother knows not to cheer for Duke. And he's posting her and laughing, talking about we're going to win it all and we're going to do this and everything. I was boarding my flight in first class because I flew first class. I'm paying for it now. I'm about to work a little extra overtime to pay for that. But yeah, it was worth it. The scotches and the meal was worth it. But yeah, I'm watching the flight. I'm watching the game as they bring me my scotch out. And I could not believe that shot was hit. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah. And you know what? I hate UConn. I hate the Hurleys. But since my child was cheering for Duke, I wanted Duke to lose that game. And I'm sure that broke up a lot of brackets. I'm sure a lot of people had Duke making it to the Final Four and everything.
But let me ask you this, though. Right, so you talked about that, right? Duke had the big lead in the first half. The second half,
44 to 29.
Yeah.
44 to 29.
They kept pressing.
I think the 3 games that Duke lost, did they lose 3? All of them, I think they were up at halftime, and they got lazy and lost the game.
So what you're telling me is not only do you not like Duke, you're so happy the way they lost. That's what I'm guessing. So I'm going to give you about 20 seconds to share how you feel about that shot going in.
My facial expression says it all. And
But,
that is a bias with truth. Yes.
Braylon Mullins is the truth. We talked about him early on in the season, back in December on the show. You know, this kid was slated to go to Indiana, but there was something going on and the Mike Woodson situation, and he didn't go. He didn't go to Indiana. The talk is, well, you know, Mike didn't recruit him hard enough, or something along those lines, right? But the deal is there was a lot of negative recruiting going against Indiana at that time because Mike, you know, on that verge, right?
He was on the hot seat. Mike was already on the hot seat, and the fans were calling for him to be fired. So yeah,
what I'll say is this: wherever Indiana school these top 1% go, that's where I want them to go. What it does, it helps with recruiting, you know, nationally as well too, because you didn't get the top 85 player. You're talking about a top 20 player in the country in high school. So that's going to give you an opportunity. But man, hey, he was smooth as silk, ice water in his veins, and you can say all the other stuff. He laced it, bro. It wasn't no push shot. He laced it.
He said he thought that shot would top the game. He didn't know it was a game winner. He didn't know. He did not know that was going to be a game winner.
That's man. I don't know if I like that or not. I mean, you in the game and you don't realize you.
I think that's my son comment right there. Don't ever let me on this show.
But I think that is him. But with that said, right? So, you know, what does Duke do now? You know, there's a lot of talk about, Hubert Davis, couldn't win at North Carolina. Duke has had 5, without counting this season, 5 first-round picks that he's had in the 4 years he's been there, right? 5. He's going to have 2 more probably this season. I think he had 2 or 3. He had 3. No, take that. I said 5. I meant 8. 2, 3, 2, and 2. And so what are we going to do about Shire? I mean, I'm not a Duke fan. I could live either way. But should he be on some form of hot seat or at least conversation and not winning it all?
I think he should. I mean, if you look at it, he's had Tatum. He had Flags. He had the kid out of New Orleans. And now he has the Boozer brothers.
Both Boozers, right.
And they did not win the championship. Yeah. And if you think about it, this was the perfect time for Duke to win the championship because it seems like whenever they play Indiana, they win the championship. It looked like Indiana, state of Indiana, and Duke went hand in hand. Didn't they win like their last 2 titles at Indiana? I know they beat 1-1 because the shot from Butler that would have been heard around the world.
Yeah.
And I think they won another one in the state of Indiana.
Yeah. When they beat, I think I forget who it was that they beat. Yeah, but yeah, but saying that, right? So okay, maybe they will win one, maybe they won't, whatever the case may be. But I'm just looking for heat. How do we share who gets what heat, especially when records are very similar, expectations at Duke or as high at any school in any basketball school in the country.
So I think what it depends on if they have bad blood with the fan base.
Hey, Chris, I'm okay with him not being on the hot seat. I'm just asking the question because, hey, I know other guys who have similar records with less talent are being shown the door. We can argue all day, but that's facts over feelings. And I know this ain't Cott's Corner, but that's facts over feelings. You can tag somebody else with that one. Hey, they got expectations.
But I think it's the fan base. Like my son, he still likes the coach. You don't hear Duke fans talking bad about the coach, but you heard the whispers.
So like you with the Colts.
I wanted the GM gone until Daniels played good. I thought we were talking college basketball. I thought
you talking about bias. I just want to show you the example of the bias. That's all.
Look, this is my show. I can be biased if I want to. My bias is my truth. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I wanted the GM gone until Daniels performed. But I think it depends on the fan base. Like the last couple of Indiana coaches that didn't win it, the fans wanted them gone. Then you look at Purdue. Look at how long Painter has been at Purdue, over 21 years, and he hasn't brought home the big one yet. But you don't hear the fan base saying get rid of Painter. You just don't hear it.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
And you may not like this, but they've got tempered expectations. Indiana has smelled the roses. They've seen that, right? Purdue
when was the last time Indiana smelled the roses?
It's no not. Listen. Hear me out.
I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the Indiana 5.
Hear me out. Purdue hasn't won it, right? They've got a great coach, Matt Painter. He's a Purdue alum. He's Matt Gaddis's boy. But the expectations are different at Purdue than they are at Indiana, even though Indiana has stank it up over the last 10 years.
Man,
I'm just saying. The expectations
I don't agree with that take.
Okay.
Even when Indiana sucked in football,
I'm talking about basketball. Listen, basketball. You gotta.
Even when Indiana sucked in football,
get back on the track. We're talking basketball.
When Indiana sucked in football, the expectation was you want to win a national championship. Purdue wants to win a national championship. That's not you're belittling them by saying that they're happy just winning the Big Ten.
No, that's just
totally
the
truth.
I'm looking at what I'm seeing from the Purdue fan base. I'm not talking. I'm not a fan.
Well, first of all, you hate Purdue, so you happy to say
I don't hate Purdue. If you like Indiana, you don't like Purdue. It's like the Yankees and the Mets. No one's going to tell you they like the Mets and the Yankees. No one's going to tell you they like the Giants and the Dodgers.
And no one's going to tell you they like Grambling and Southern. But in this situation, I like Indiana and I like Purdue.
But it's okay to tell the truth about them. You got to tell the truth.
I tell the truth about them. Like, I'm happy for the 5. I'm happy.
I'm trying to clown them. I'm not trying to. They got tempered expectations.
My door alarm went off, so I didn't hear exactly what you said.
Oh Lord, they got to temper. They've tempered their expectations.
No.
Hey, listen. Hey, we're looking at Sweet 16, Elite 8. They're happy. That's great.
No, that's bull crap.
That's great.
Bull crap. That's bull crap.
No, it's not bull crap. Look at the message boards. I'm not talking for me. Look at the message boards.
And that's got to be Isaiah's hating on Notre Dame. Notre Dame has rings, Isaiah.
Stick with Purdue.
Notre Dame has rings.
Back on track.
Notre Dame, I just read Isaiah's comment. Notre Dame has rings. But
listen,
Purdue wants to win a national championship.
Everybody wants to win a national championship, but they don't have a real expectation of winning one.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have, and they will win one. They will win one. And I will be on here to tell you, I told you so when it happens, okay?
You go listen. I tell you what, you ain't no spring chicken. I'm just 37, so you gonna last that long?
Yeah. Well, whatever. Let me give you this. Back to UConn Duke.
Well, thank you.
The first half of the score was 44-29. 44-29 in favor of Duke.
Okay.
The second half, UConn 44, Duke 28. What the heck happened, Chris? What the heck happened,
You know what's crazy about that? That sounds just like the Arizona Purdue second half. It sounds very similar. Isn't it funny how those two games kind of paralleled? That is interesting. You say that.
Look, you trying to make me cuss, and I don't think we have no.
No, I'm just saying. Hey, what do you think about that?
Trying to make me cuss. You keep
just sharing, right?
Who's facts?
That's me.
Oh,
so what I'm saying is,
you're just
it's okay. You listen. They meet the Elite Eight. Great.
That's not the expectations. That's not the expectations.
That's where they are, man.
That's not the expectations. The
expectations. Again, they had a great season. We're not going to despair. Matt Payne's a great coach, not a good coach, a great coach. That dude, he's got it right. I got to fix my hat. I wasn't listening to you, but listen, great coach. If he doesn't get horses, this is his ceiling. He needs horses into this. This isn't 1987 Indiana. You need horses and thoroughbreds.
Indiana needs it too. Indiana rings are as old as the Dallas Cowboy rings.
I said that.
I'm proud of those 5 rings, but they need to change too. So their expectation is. It's a shame that Indiana has lowered their expectation to just making the tournament,
which is ridiculous.
For Indiana, I have higher expectations for Indiana. I have higher expectations for Butler, the way they're played. I think hiring Ronald Norrad was a great hire for Butler, and hopefully he can bring back the Butler way. Yeah.
And that's possible. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab something real quick. I'm going to go off camera, and I want you to talk a little bit. We're going to clip this. I want you to go. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to go in what you want. 30 seconds.
I'm going to go anywhere I want to go. So next, I'm going to go into the Illinois-UConn game while he's out of here. And y'all all know I'm a Big Ten guy. And y'all know that I hate UConn. I don't care for none of the Hurleys, the daddies or the brothers, because I think they're a little arrogant. They get on my nerves. So I really didn't want UConn to win, but my child, Chris Sykes, one of the biggest Duke fans I know, who I didn't raise to like Duke, wanted them to win. So I was happy that UConn beat them. So I'm telling you that Illinois is going to be way too much for UConn. Illinois.
You're saying way too much for UConn?
Yes, Illinois is going to beat UConn. Yes.
Is this your bias? Is this your bias?
Yeah, my bias is truthful. Yeah, I'm a Big Ten guy. Yeah.
So are you going to DraftKings with this, or are you just doing it on the show?
I ain't made up my mind yet. My money a little short, man. Rent due, car payments due, kid in college. You know, my rent short, man.
So you're taking Illinois in the first game. Now in the big one, game 2. We're talking Michigan,
Arizona.
Who do you got?
Who are you taking in the first game? Let's do that first.
I'm taking UConn.
Taking UConn. You already owe me $2, don't you?
No, you owe me. The flip is.
You owe me $2.
You owe me the. You owe me the 2, man.
You owe me $2. All
right, fine. I'll give you $2. So now
we'll do double nothing.
Double nothing. So I got UConn and you got Illinois.
Yes, bet.
Now you picked the second game. What you got?
Hold on. Let's talk about Michigan, Arizona. The reason why Michigan is going to beat them is because of who? The guy that had a bad game in the Big Ten championship.
Lindenberg's going to dominate. What you telling me?
He's going to dominate Arizona. Arizona always lets you down. They're like Tennessee. They're going to let you down. Arizona will not be national champions this year. It's going to be an all Big Ten final 2. Illinois against Michigan.
Clip that.
Clip it. You heard it here first.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with Michigan as well over the Arizona. I think Michigan is hot. Arizona's hot too, don't get me wrong. But I underestimated Michigan at the beginning of the tournament. I said they would just get to the Sweet 16 and they would lose in the first weekend game.
How
going
could
into
you
the
say
Elite
that the way they
because
were
I'm
playing?
gonna tell you why it's easy. Because I saw Purdue kick the snot out of them, out-coached them, outplayed them, outworked them. I said, this is a Purdue team who had 5 losses or 6 losses. And I said, they couldn't stop a nosebleed with Purdue. Braden Smith ran through them like a hot knife through butter.
Any given Saturday, you can lose.
I get all of that. That sounds good for commercials, but in a commercial. So what I said, wait a minute. There's no way Michigan gets out past the Sweet 16. But they proved me wrong. And all they've done is stomp who's in front of them. I'm taking Michigan by a bucket over Arizona.
I did not tell you Michigan was going to make it to the Final Four, and I think I said Arizona.
I don't know. You probably.
I think I had Purdue. I
think you picked 8 teams, so you had like a potluck.
No, I did not. I said Michigan, Arizona. I think I said Purdue, and then I don't remember who was another team that I said, but that was before all the brackets that came out.
I think you said Houston. Game, so. I think you said Houston.
Yeah, I did. I think I did say Houston. Yeah.
So what you're telling me is it's going to be Illinois, Michigan, and I'm saying Michigan and UConn. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, you are. Yes. That's yeah.
And it's double or nothing. So this is 2 and 2 is double 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So this is 8. Money's getting deep.
I want my $4 at Bigsby on Saturday, so I can have me a nice cold beer while we watch the games. And you see how I threw that Bigsby sponsorship in there? Bigsby Saturday, we will be there. We will be broadcasting. My show will be there, Truth, Bias with a Little Truth, and I will be there to keep Isaiah and Coach and Duro on the straight and narrow path of true sports philosophy.
That show is going to be so excellent because 1, I'm going to be there, right? 2 is we're going to be hyped up. We got so much stuff going on. Now, the challenge is people are going to say, man, they're talking during the game. The first game is Illinois and UConn. The big ticket is going to be the second game anyway. And there's a long halftime show, I think. So we're going to have a lot of fun to give away prizes. I've got Pacer tickets. We've got game time gear. Got a couple of surprises, matter of fact, that I spoke about privately to a couple of people.
That was the only the only Cincinnati Bengals fan I know.
That's my boy, Alan G.
No, Alan Jeans calling me. So yeah.
Let me call him. You know what? I think I got a missed call.
Yeah. That was Alan Jeans calling me. So yeah.
So since you brought up his name, I'm gonna go ahead and speak to it. We got a thing called Blue TV. We're gonna be giving away about 3 to 5 1-month subscriptions to Blue TV on the trivia as well on Saturday. So you got lots and lots of channels for $40 a month. And the reason why I can speak to it, I'm going to be a commercial to it, because the 2 guys you're looking at both got Blue TV.
Blue TV.
And I'm going to tell you this. Blue TV. When I tell you they got everything, they got everything.
Everything.
So keep that in mind.
Bixby, shouts out to Blue TV.
Definitely. So, all right, now, we talked about the Sweet 16. We talked about the 2 games this weekend. We talked about the champion. Who we didn't talk about champion. Who's going to be the champion for you, Illinois versus Michigan?
Let me think. Let me think.
I'm going to play Judge Judy on you.
Hold on. Let me think about this. Let's go back to the first game. Illinois is giving 1.5 points.
Yep.
And the total is 139.5. Take the under. Illinois is going to beat them by more than 1.5. Give them 1.5. You heard that here. Okay. That's my bet.
You're giving 1.5. Okay, got you. Okay. So you're saying Illinois is giving 1.5, but you didn't tell me if they're going to win or not.
Illinois is going to win. I told you Illinois is going to beat UConn. I told you that already.
Oh, Michigan. No, we're in the final game now. We're talking the final game.
Well, I went back. I wanted to go back. Michigan, Arizona. Michigan is favored by 1.5. Give the 1.5 because they're going to beat them by more than 1.5. And the total is 157.5. Do the over. You heard that here first. In favor of Michigan. Okay. So we're going to have Oh man, the city's going to be crazy. As close as Michigan and Illinois is to the state of Indiana, it's going to be packed. It's going to be a Big Ten city.
You know what? You know what's going to be great? You know what's going to really be great? So when you go down there this weekend, those Purdue fans are going to be selling those tickets really fast because they already purchased tickets and everything to get there. So you get down there early, you can get your tickets marked down, especially from those people wearing black and gold. You'll be able to see them. They have a side face on, and they'll say, "We tried, we did pretty well, and we got a trophy." They got like a 8th place trophy or something. So get down there early, fans, because you're gonna have a great opportunity to get great prices on lower level tickets from Purdue fans. I'm here to help you.
Well. Alabama and Florida, 2 of the teams that you thought were going to make it, they didn't even buy their fans didn't even buy tickets because they
know why?
Knew they weren't
because no one thought Alabama was going to make it, including me.
They knew they weren't going to make it. Yeah, they knew they weren't going to make it. You know, and all this talk about what's that conference that Iowa State and Kansas and what's
Big 12.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the best conference. Phony baloney. The Big Ten was the best
conference. They still got one team in though. You know they got one team in still.
Yeah, they ain't gonna win it. I'm telling you. Here, I'm a prophet. No, Arizona will not win.
So what do you? So listen, you're gonna be in town, this weekend, obviously, and all that good stuff. So what do you think? We could get the show done pretty quickly at Bigsy's, and we could jet on downtown. I'm telling you, we could probably get in there at that point, $30-$40 for lower level tickets for the Purdue fans. What do you think? I'm just asking. I'm just some, just throwing it out there. So now, who's going to win the national title? Michigan or Illinois?
You first. I've been going first. You first.
I'm going with it. Then I'm going with Michigan.
Why are you going with Michigan? You picked UConn to beat Illinois. Why didn't you go with UConn?
Because I said Michigan's hot, and I like them. That's it.
Well, Joseph Pollard and Scott.
Well, listen, not that I like them like I like them as a team. I like what they have. I mean, listen. When the season's over, I could give 3 blanks about Michigan, but they're the teams that are playing this weekend. So I got to speak about those 4 teams that are playing this weekend.
Well, even though I'm happy, Arizona shot 60% of the shots in the paint, 24% beyond the arc this season. That just came across my screen here.
Hey, Isaiah said he's got a Purdue outfit on right now.
I saw his Lakers make the playoffs, first round exit. You heard that here first. Okay. Let's do this. The only thing I like about Michigan and the only thing I like about Illinois is I have family members in these states. I love my family members. But other than that, I don't like these states. Kind of like you hate New York. That's kind of how I hate Illinois. I don't hate New York. You said you talk about the people.
I have
you talk about all the rats.
I have extreme disgust for New. That's worse than hate. Extreme disgust. Okay, so understand that. Be clear.
Okay. So you're picking Michigan. Oh man.
I hate to do it, but yeah, I'm picking Michigan.
Michigan blew Illinois out by like 30 early in the season. Okay. Oh man.
You know what that means? You know what that means, right?
Illinois wants a little payback. Illinois wants some payback. Illinois is playing the best basketball that they've played all year. But I'm going to have to go with Scott Nichols and Joseph Pollard, and I'm going to have to go with Michigan. The Wolverines will win the national championship. I'm just so impressed. Their coach that should be at Indiana. I'm just so impressed at every stop that he's made and the coaching decision that he's made that I just think Michigan, like I said earlier, would win it all. And y'all know I don't really care for Michigan or Illinois, but they're in the Big Ten.
That's truth, because your bias would have said I thought you were gonna come on this show and say they're gonna replay the Purdue Arizona game starting in the second half, and Purdue was gonna win it all. I really thought you were gonna say it, but you're showing no bias in picking Michigan. I'm proud of you. And listen, I'm just saying.
You know what? You're just trolling. You're just trolling. You're just trolling.
I'm gonna give a round of applause when it's deserved. You deserve a round of applause.
You're acting a donkey. That's what you're doing right now.
I'm giving you credit.
You're acting a donkey. You're trying to make
when I
the
give you credit, I'm acting a
show.
donkey.
You're acting a donkey right now. But we're not going to even go there. You know, Corey had some good questions. I mean, Isaiah had some good stuff. We're not going to bring up Purdue anymore.
Okay.
Say
no more Purdue talk. No more Purdue talk.
More Purdue. I just say let's talk Jaden Ivey. We still have about 10 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do yours first because I got a rant I want to go on, and you know, so I want to hear your side because I've seen some things on so I guess doing this show I'll get on more on social media. I'm on X and the TikTok thing, and then the other one, and I'm like, golly, I'm seeing a whole lot of commentary about Jaden Ivey.
OnlyFans too. You on OnlyFans too?
This is a family show. I have no idea what you're talking about. But with that said, unclip this. With that said, give me your take on the Jaden Ivey situation, so I
think Jaden Ivey is a kid that's hurt. I think it hurt him to be traded from Detroit. I think he believes what he's saying about his religion. You know, that's one thing Michael Jordan didn't do. He didn't talk politics or religion or anything because he was scared it would hurt his brand. You can see in this situation him talking about gays and everything, and the NBA shouldn't do Pride Month and everything. It's a sin. Sometimes you should keep your mouth shut. I don't know if he's spiraling from his injuries or what. I'm not going to quite say it's mental illness, but he's speaking his mind. He said his wife hasn't talked to him since he's went on this rant. I think people have tried to keep him from going on this rant. I just hope this young man can recover from his comments. You know, we all sin, and nobody's sin is greater than others. The only sin that's not forgivable is blasphemy. So, you know, I hope this young man can recover. I hope he can recover from his injuries first and be a great player that he was. You know, I was thinking him and Ben Mathurin were going to be two of the best, you know, later on in their careers. And Ben is showing that he has the skill level to do that. And I think if Jaden can get his athleticism back and sit out and recover, that he may be able to get back in the league. He may have to eat crow to get back. Because like I said, you know, everybody sins. I can't knock nobody, you know. And sometimes people don't want to be preached to or talk politics. I like to talk politics. I'll talk them at work, you know. I don't care.
Fair enough, and I don't. So
nobody in that place can kick my butt, so I ain't worried. So, hey, either they like it or don't.
So understand this. So here's my take on Jaden Ivey, right? I got a little different perspective. When I saw the whole clip video, saw it, you know, words I've never not heard before. Yes, and then all of a sudden, I started saying he's sick. He's got an illness. He's got all these things. And I'm looking for credentials from all these people on social media saying I'm sure there's going to be some degrees, some biochemists and some CTE professionals that can share that information. If you ain't a CTE professional, if you're not a physician, I don't want to hear you talking about he's got mental illness. Hell, you don't even know Jaden Ivey. So shut the hell up. Talking about you don't know what that man has or doesn't have. He made a decision, a cognitive decision to say what he said. He said it. There are consequences behind things that you say. But it's so ironic that we talk about the mental illness piece. Well, the Bulls knew it. That's why they waived him. You know, that wouldn't surprise me with a stinky city like Chicago. I'm going to tell you this, right? You got a city, if you say, oh, this guy's got a mental illness and they cut him, you give him help if he they didn't cut him for mental illness. They said they cut him for being detrimental to the team. I'm calling bullshiggity. If you have a player, we're family, we take care of our players. If he has an illness, you help him. You don't help him by waiving him. So don't give me that. But it's typical. Chicago, same city, professional team. Walter Payton in his only Super Bowl, 1985. Was not allowed to score a touchdown. They gave it to William the Refrigerator Perry, the greatest running back in NFL football, on the field and not getting an opportunity to score a touchdown. That's Chicago. Second one, Jerry Reinsdorf passed away. The same city, Chicago, booed his widow and him at his reigning party at his party at the United Center. booed him so bad to his widow on camera crying. And everybody came out and said they were disrespectful. Michael Jordan didn't go, remember? He did a little video tribute. Same thing, Chicago. Oh, your very own Derrick Rose. You ran him in the ground. Exceptional talent. Got hurt. Oh, don't worry about it. Going back in there. You're going to be okay. Ran him in the ground. And now Jaden Ivey. If the man is sick, like everybody's saying, and Chicago waived him, you're not trying to help him. You're trying to protect your brand. So say this. Hey, that's unfortunate what Jaden Ivey said, but you know what? Chicago protected their brand. That's exactly what they did. So bug Chicago, bug New York. And you know what? Jaden Ivey said what he said. And I'm not going to say I agree, disagree, or whatever the case may be. He said what he said, and he knew there were consequences to it. And that's what happened. So that's
well, you got a few people in here. You have a few people in here agreeing with you. Isaiah and who's your one guy, Mula. I forget who you said his name was. He's agreeing with you 100%, and he'll learn not to agree with you 100% because most of the time you're wrong.
Whoever he is, he's clearly smart.
You spot on. You spot on.
This is just perspective, man. This is perspective.
Hold on. All I'm saying is, the Philadelphia Eagles were one of your 20 NFL teams.
Eli. I thought that's my boy Eli. Eli is sharp. By the way, he's very sharp. So he knows what good sounds like. Yeah.
Well, the Eagles, one of the 20 NFL teams that you cheer for, you don't get mad at them for throwing snowballs at Santa Claus. See, you don't get mad at them for dogging my
clearly haven't been watching the show.
You don't get mad about that.
I went in on them too.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing. You're not getting back on Bias or Little Truth until you go back to the catalog and get yourself caught up. Because you clearly need to get caught up. Because I went in on Philadelphia Eagle fans. Their coach, the leadership, and everything else. And bottom line is this. The man said what he said. Good, bad, or indifferent. But if he has a mental illness and Chicago's aware of this and you wait, what you just said, we're throwing you to the dogs. I don't want to hear nothing about family. We all are one. I don't want to hear any of that. It's a business and say it's a business. We had to cut our losses because we didn't want our brand being impacted. Just say it.
So Isaiah got a good point. Jackson Hayes and Miles Bridges, they're still on the team, and they abuse their women.
You're making my point.
Yeah.
You're making my point. Miles Bridges supposedly, and I'm gonna say supposedly because I wasn't there, it was a child involved and a woman. It wasn't just a woman or other. It was two. Mm-hmm. So all I'm saying is this hypocrisy. This the NBA. We're family. We're gonna do everything for everyone. You know what they're doing? Trying to get two more teams because it's money. It's a money pit. It's not family. It's a money pit.
Seattle deserves a team.
Absolutely. I get all that 100%. Mm-hmm. And the NBA did Seattle wrong. Remember, they had 2 more years on that lease, and they said, if you don't leave now, you'll never get a franchise. So they left 2 years on a lease, paid the NBA, gave them hush money, and nothing else was said about it.
So a lot of leagues and teams do players and cities wrong. Just like Alabama and Bear Bryant back in the day with black players and how they dogged them out and wouldn't pick them up until they lost to the national championship. So
100%.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
You just realize you're talking about the deep South. You're talking Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Arkansas, Georgia, all in that. Yes, South Carolina. Come on, all that. You know. So what I'm saying is, you're right. It was absolutely wrong. But good thing
that's 4 times you've agreed with me. You know, you getting like Q. I'm getting scared.
But with that said, we're talking about now. I knew that was coming. I'll tell you what, you know what? I'm gonna give you a little infomercial for the Dodgers. Go ahead and share that. Hey, you know what? You probably ordered that Shohei Ohtani $85 cup with some flat beer in it, didn't you?
Negative. You see, I have my old school T-shirt on, and I have my 2024 Dodgers World League. The Dodgers, let's test your baseball knowledge real quick. What were the last 2 teams to three-peat in baseball?
It was Houston was one.
Negative. They didn't three-peat. It was just sorry Stankies. 98, 99, and 2000.
I'm not trying to do them because you always, anytime I say my team, you say I'm being biased. I was going to try to the other team. I know it's the Yankees with Wade Boggs riding on the horse for number 3. I get that.
The Stankies did it. They were the last team. And before that, it was the Oakland A's, 71, 72, and 73.
You know who was there? You know who was their lead pitcher for the A's?
For Oakland?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hell of a question.
By the blue.
Considering I was only 4 years old, I mean, you're a lot older than me, so you had to be about 15.
You talked about Bear Bryant. You talked about Bear Bryant, didn't you? Yeah, touche.
Man, our hour is up, man.
Hey, but look, you know what? We have a lot of fun.
What is Eli talking about? Catfish. What is he talking about?
Catfish Hunter. See, you don't know baseball.
I know Catfish Hunter.
We're going to mute you, man.
I know sorry Catfish Hunter.
Hey, listen. Here's the deal. Let me tell you something, right? Those two guys on the screen right there, they could pitch in any era. In any era.
Riviera?
Any era. You know what? Listen, y'all,
let me tell you something. The two pitchers the LA Dodgers got from Japan, Shohei Ohtani, and the other one, they could pitch in any area too. Them guys are bad. The odds of my Dodgers three-peating are skyrocketing.
Hey,
I was watching baseball early this year.
Have the Dodgers ruined baseball yet? Have the Dodgers ruined baseball yet?
No.
You know how I feel about that, right?
So let's do this real quick. We're 1 minute and we're 1 minute over. Let's do this 2 minutes. Baseball does not need a salary cap. They're making too much money in baseball right now.
Do you think
baseball needs a lower limit? The Cincinnati Reds
on the floor,
the Tampa Bay, yes, they should have to spend that money instead of the owners keeping that money. I've said this like 3 or 4 times on this show that the teams need to be forced to spend that money. The Dodgers have $1 billion in deferred salary. They've said that they've made the $700 million that they're paying O'Shaughnessy, paying him. They've already made that back in Jersey.
You know why? Because they charging $100 for a cup of pop in a plastic cup. That's why.
And the don't matter.
Listen,
if you're dumb enough to spend it, oh well. But when the Yankees were spending that kind of money and everybody else wasn't, didn't nobody say nothing to the Yankees about it. These bottom dweller teams need to spend the money from the taxes that they're getting on their players and get those
I agree
players.
with you. That's fine. I can't believe I agree with you. You know what? This is we're gonna be on ESPN. I disagree with you. I agree. I disagree. No, you're 100% right, man. You know, they've got these floors and they sit there and the owners keep, all their money because they're not required to do anything. And so they're not going to do anything. Exactly. I said on this show, and people keep telling me, you're wrong. Baseball has the best union ever created in this world. Okay.
Baseball and hockey.
If baseball by far. If they go to a cap, I promise you, revenue sharing is going to level out. That's the only thing that the players are going to have to say. Okay, we'll give you the cap, but that 3% is going to have to turn into 6.5%, 7%. Watch. They're not going to do that, man. Mm-hmm. If they go cap,
they will never agree to a cap. And one last thing, man.
They can because the revenue sharing it can be bigger and more players will get it now. That's where there's a chance.
Let's do this, then let's go out. And then we can pick it up again next week. Are the NFL refs gonna strike or are we gonna have replacement refs? That sucked last time.
What difference does it make? They're all the same. Y'all complain. I don't want to hear that garbage. Y'all, we was on our sports group. Every week, people, these refs are terrible. I wish we get the regular ones back. Soon the regular ones got back, we complaining again. They all the same. I don't want to hear that mess. I wouldn't give a damn if it's replacement ref or omission refs or whatever. It don't matter.
Look, this last 5 minutes, I've been all over the place, but I posted it on Game Time Network. Did you see the 20 calls the referee blew and the ABS system overturned them?
But listen. Here's the problem with ABS. The strike zone starts halfway to the plate.
Well, just say it again. My phone rang. I hear you.
The strike zone starts halfway to the plate. After the show, I'll talk to you about what I'm saying. That's another thing that's dumb. right?
You think they should stick with the refs, or they shouldn't use the system?
No, I like the system, but it has to start at the front of the plate. The strike is at the corner. Each corner of the plate. This thing starts at the halfway of the plate. So when you're throwing a breaking ball, it may come over the plate in the front, but it breaks out. Guess what? It's a ball.
So you think the ref was right on those 20 calls? They say it was almost 50 calls.
I'm not saying he was right on all 20. What I'm saying is, and those are baseball fans that know what I'm talking about. When they throw that curveball, it breaks over the front of the plate, but it's continued to break. When it hits that halfway point of the plate, if it's off the plate, it's called a ball. But the ball went over the plate. You know what I'm saying? So they got to fix that. To me, I think you got to make the strike zone what the umps are to be calling, and it's not the same. It's just it's not, man. So I don't like it. I was talking to some people about it and everything, but maybe the next show we'll dig deep into that, and I'll get some stats for you so I can show you what we're talking about, because that's the big rub for me. That's why so many are challenging. But no. Good show today again. Everybody, we appreciate y'all watching. I'm stuck with this guy for I don't know how long, but I guess I'm still stuck with him. But come out.
See us live.
Come see us Saturday, 7 o'clock. I promise you now, I'm always early. He's always late. So I'll be there before him. And
I always cover the calls. He has short arms. But just come see us live. You will see the inner reaction.
They don't call me alligator on for nothing, but we're going to have some fun. I don't know how it's going to turn out. We've our first live show, but I know we're going to be there, and we're going to be passing out cards. And here's the catch. To get into the sweepstakes, the trivia sweepstakes, Pacer sweepstakes, Blue TV sweepstakes, you got to show us that you subscribe to the show. That's it. That's all we need. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, another good show, Reggie. I'm really proud of you.
Never agree with me 5 times again. Never in life agree with me again.
Never again. Everybody, to the bottom of my heart, the bottom of Reggie Sykes' heart, we appreciate y'all very much. Have a great night, and y'all be safe.